Title: Flames of Unity. On this enchanting day in Avalon, the air is alive with a sense of anticipation and the whispers of ancient magic. As you prepare to meet Krysti Templar, the central figure of this destined gathering, you feel a profound connection to the legendary realm. Here, the White Dragonkin have convened, their purpose clear and their resolve unyielding. Krysti Templar exuded an ethereal presence with a silken mane of ebony. Her divine gifts, whispered of in hallowed legends, held an innate ability to move the hearts of those around her. As her eyes met the expectant gazes of the kin, a genuine smile graced her lips, illuminating her features like a beacon to the angelic realm. Cynth, the elven-eared matriarch of the clan, stood at Krysti's side. Her golden hair and ethereal presence commanded both respect and admiration. As Graham, her duty was to oversee the safety and well-being of these gifted souls, and in this pivotal moment, her wisdom and guidance were their beacon. Cynth stood with Mia. Mia, a mirror image of Cynth, possessed the gift of animal communication. Her eyes held the same ancient knowing, reflecting the depth of her connection to the natural world. Aurora, a vision of blonde Celtic beauty, was a living embodiment of grace and strength. Her connection to the Arctic fox spoke volumes of her kinship with the wild. Beside her, Banjeer Tree, a young man with stunning blonde locks, exuded an air of quiet confidence. His engineering gifts were spoken of in awe, a testament to his innovative spirit. Mel Tree, dark-haired and enigmatic, with her gift of change. This ability to call forth the phoenix and dolphin marked her as a conduit for transformation. Boo, the wise wolf dog, and Peppers, the knowing schnauzer, stood sentinel, their eyes sharp and vigilant. The forest, with its most lustrous glow, seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. The lake nearby reflected the verdant canopy above, a mirror to nature's wonders. This was the chosen rendezvous, a sacred space just beyond the confines of the forest, where their fates would intertwine with that of the white dragon. A figure emerged, its form as white as the purest snow. It was the white dragon, a majestic being whose presence radiated an aura of ancient power. With a graceful sweep of its wings, it landed near the lake, its eyes locking onto the kin with an intensity that spoke of purpose. Part 2. A Pact Ignited. As the kin gathered, a palpable sense of unity settled over them. The white dragon, sensing their intention, lowered its massive head in acknowledgement. In the stillness that followed, Cynth's voice rang out, her words carrying the weight of generations. She spoke of the peril they faced, of molten rain, a dragon whose fiery breath threatened to consume the very heart of their forest. Aurora's gaze met the white dragon, a silent understanding passing between them. In this moment it was clear that they shared a kinship that transcended mortal comprehension. Banjeer's engineering gifts, honed by years of innovation, would be instrumental in their endeavor. He fashioned protective barriers, a shield against the searing heat they were bound to face. Mel Tree, her connection to the phoenix sparking fire like flickers, listened to the forest's whispers. The trees revealed secrets of ancient magics, knowledge that would prove invaluable. Boo and Peppers, sensing the gravity of the situation, stood at the ready, their instincts keen. With their plans set, the kin set forth towards the cave, a path illuminated by the white dragon's presence. The forest seemed to hold its breath, as if aware of the monumental task that lay ahead. They ventured deeper, the echoes of their footsteps a chorus of determination. Part 3. Flames engulfed within the cavern's depths. The air grew warmer, the distant rumble of molten rock echoing through the stone. As they pressed on, the cave opened into a chamber bathed in a pulsating red glow. There, amidst a lake of lava, stood Molten Rain. The dragon, its scales a kaleidoscope of purples and reds, turned its gaze upon them. Its eyes gleamed with an infernal intensity, a challenge issued to all who dared defy its dominion. With a shared breath, the kin sprang into action. Banjeer's engineering marvels formed a barrier, shielding them from the searing heat. Mel Tree, attuned to the ebb and flow of energy, called on the phoenix for protection, lifting her wings to reflect the dragon fire. Aurora, the Bohemian crystal warrior, held forth a crystal, its facets catching the crimson light. It pulsed with a vibrancy that seemed to harmonize with the dragon's fiery aura. The battle was fierce, a dance of elements and wills, the chamber echoing with the clash of power. Krysti, with her link to divine gifts, summoned the very essence angelic song. Her presence seemed to ignite a spark within the kin, infusing them with newfound strength. Cynth, her eyes aglow with determination, channeled the ancient magic of her lineage. As they fought, the chamber seemed to tremble, the very stone bearing witness to the clash of elemental forces. The lake of lava surged, its waves cresting higher. In a final surge of combined power, the kin unleashed a torrent of energy. It surged forth, engulfing molten rain in a blinding blaze. The dragon roared, a sound that echoed through the chamber before finally succumbing to the onslaught. Part 4. A New Dawn. As the echoes of battle subsided, the chamber fell into a hushed stillness. The lake of lava stilled, its fiery glow casting an eerie yet serene light upon the victors. The dragon, molten rain, lay still, its scales dulled by the battle's fury. The kin, their breaths heavy with exertion, shared a glance of weary triumph. The forest seemed to sigh in relief, the ancient trees whispering their gratitude. With a final resolute step, Krysti approached the fallen dragon. She reached out, her touch gentle yet charged with purpose. In that moment, a transformation unfolded. The dragon's form shifted, its scales assuming a pristine white hue ribbed with gold. The white dragon, once molten rain, now radiated a serene luminescence. It rose, its wings unfurling in a majestic display. The kin watched in awe, a sense of wonder filling their hearts. Aurora, Banjeer, Mel, Boo, Peppers, and Cynth each held a place in this moment of rebirth. They had faced the flames of adversity and emerged victorious, their unity an unbreakable force. As they exited the cave, the forest greeted them with a chorus of birdsong. The lake sparkled in the dappled light, a reflection of the newfound harmony that resonated within the kin. In the distance, Graham Cynth stood, her eyes aglow with pride and love. Fun fact, 1129 CE, their mandates mentioned a pre-existing practice of admitting women to the Knights Templar. In fact, women were permitted as a part of the organization during its first 10 years of existence.